All right, so today we held a joint opposition caucus meeting for members of parliament in the opposition, different political parties within the opposition, to discuss a couple of issues. But one of the critical issues we've been discussing is the ongoing human rights violations with specificity to political prisoners. Dr. Kiiza Besigye, Obed Lutale, Aaron Kiiza, Bobby Young, Machete, Kalanzi, and several others. As NUP, you have several people that have been held, some for over 4 years, by the General Court Martial. There was a Supreme Court ruling saying the Court Martial is defunct, meaning these people have no place to even be in jail. And so we're discussing, as the opposition in Parliament, what more can and should we do to exert pressure on the regime to do the right thing. Because you see, for somebody to be in jail, it can only be on two accounts. One, either you have been remanded by a court of competent jurisdiction, or number two, you have been convicted and sentenced to whichever number of years. But for Dr. Kebi and all of these NUP supporters, who has remanded them? Because the court martial which remanded them at the time has been rendered defunct, non-existent. So on whose volition are they still in jail? Because even the option to say, if the state has got any issue on these people, that they should be formally charged by the DPP, because the court martial no longer has authority over them, there seems to be no steps in that direction. And there is continuous agitation. We went to visit Dr. Kiiza Besigye yesterday, and he was in a very frail state and continues to be. And we think that we should be able to drum up these issues a lot more. So we have agreed, as opposition members of parliament, we are going to use the platform that we have in parliament to exert a lot more pressure. We shall also use our space outside of parliament to exert pressure. So in the coming days beginning today, we are going to be exerting pressure within parliament and outside parliament, because we think that government does not seem to be taking this matter seriously. That's what we have resolved to do.
Is it also true that members have disagreed with you over protesting today's sitting?
No, I don't know where you're getting that from.
That's what I'm saying. Is it also true?
No.
Could you define what you call more?
So at this stage, I'm not going to list a litany of the different actions that we are going to be taking. You are going to be seeing those actions. Also, we discussed the meeting of the leaders of the different political parties that happened yesterday at the NUP offices, and as the parliamentary caucus, we agreed to support that, because what was agreed by the party leaders is to say, within 48 hours, if government does not either release these people or ensure that justice comes their way, there's going to be different actions. So yes, the different political parties will be having action taken, but also we as members of parliament, we are going to use our platform in parliament and outside parliament to take different kinds of actions to exert pressure. And we think that it's best when you keep seeing those different actions rolling out as we exert pressure. Muluganda, the reason why we are coming together as different opposition political parties, our party leaders met yesterday. Now in parliament, we are also discussing the same matter, is because this can no longer be taken lightly. No one is safe. It is not just a question of NUP who are being targeted, because for over 4 years, NUP supporters have been in jail. But now others are being picked up, including leaders. Yesterday, when we finished the meeting of the political party leaders in the House, as Chairman Nyanzi was returning to his home, he was abducted. We don't know who is going to be abducted today and to be taken where. We are hoping that they are not thinking of taking them to the court martial, because that was declared defunct. So that's why we are saying we must exert pressure, because the state might think it is business as usual, and so they'll want to keep picking different leaders, different supporters, and so on. We must show them that it is risky for them to do that this impunity can no longer keep happening wantonly. Muluganda.